hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLees. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. What is this, season 5, episode 12? Honey, let's just get into it because all these people got on one nerve or the other. Okay, girl, inhale, exhale, JayBird, all that stuff. Let's go, boom, pow, pow. Okay, I don't even got no pictures. I ain't got no pictures, and it's already a late review because it came on, what was it, Sunday? And it's Tuesday. Well, no, now it's Wednesday. Okay, anyway, Larissa and Eric. Honey, I'm confused about them being a couple because why is he paying for her breast implants? I just don't get it. Like, why? And why do they keep calling her breast implants an investment? Is it going to make her some money? Is she gonna be selling tits and ass somewhere? What's going on here, Jesus? I don't know. Okay, the doctor they go to, her friend who said all this work, who looks plastic too, referred her to said doctor. And the doctor said, "What kind of breast do you want? Like, what kind of work do you want done?" She shows him a picture. He's like, "Oh, so like really round, really high. These look fake. Like they look fake. Like you have." Real looking fake, but then you have fake. Like, oh, we know them as implants. Them are some bad, ugly, round, hard bricks of an implant. She want that, okay? She said, I want mine to look really, really fake. I'm like, but why? Girl, anyway, the doctor ends up talking her into getting double D's instead of getting triple D's because he like, your body is too small. It will look weird if you had triple D. Like, it's just that your body ain't meant for that or whatnot, okay? And then she says, like, she also wants her nose done. The doctor looks at her face, boom, pow, pow. This is her face, okay? She wore a lot of makeup. And he tells her, you do have a really big, wide nose. I said, that's big and wide? I'm just confused. Where? Okay. Girl, Larissa is a pretty woman before all the work she had done, okay? Now she look like a man, okay? Anyway, he like, we can definitely improve your way of life. By a titty job and a nose job, she can breathe. Her tits is fine. Girl, I don't understand people getting stuff they can't afford. She's borrowing money from Eric's broke ass, because you can't tell me that the show ain't paying for tits and they just send us Eric, because he don't have his own house, okay? He has goddamn Christmas lights up around his bed as if it's a headboard. He don't have an extra 25 grand for tits in the nose. Anyway, Larissa says she wants to look like a blow-up doll, okay? She wants like a whole fake mannequin doll, a blow-up doll with fake tits and fake nose. When they go bra shopping or whatever, she tells Eric that she also wants to get her a lipo. She wants to get her butt done. She wants everything. She wants to look like a goddamn white mannequin in the Lord and Taylor store that's going to tip over because the tits are too big and the ass too flat. Girl, it's just dumb. Larissa's stupid. Where your kids at? You borrowed money. You came to this country saying you wanted to get a better thing for your children. You've already told us you spent 10 grand on your dick sucker face before. Now you're going to spend 25 grand on your tits and your nose. What is your kids getting out of this, Larissa? What? Is you want to be a porn star and make money? Is that what you're going to do? Is that the investment? Girl, I cannot stand a person who was a parent and will say, I need to come to America for my kids and get here and want to suck and fuck their way to new tits and new ass and new noses. It aggravates me, okay? Paul and Karine. Now, they sitting around, no, not they, she is. She explains, last episode, she was upset, okay? Because she's not adapting well being here in America, and she wants to go home, okay? But she does not know, what her rights are being here, and she does not want that to choose between her family back home, her husband, her baby, whatever, because she knows that Paul does not want to live in Brazil. Karine needs to divorce Paul. All up and through the divorce court, okay? So she calls a car. Okay, she already found an immigration attorney who can answer some questions that she has. So she calls an Uber. It's the first time she's ever left the house by herself. She has never went anywhere else without Paul. Paul does not know she's going. Okay, it's a whole sneaker or whatever. And She gets there and she even found she found an immigration attorney who also has a translator. I feel like any immigration attorney should have a translator, but she found one that speaks Portuguese. Okay, so boom, pow, pow. So she gets there and she brings up how I just want to know what rights do I have, as far as me traveling back and forth with my baby without my husband. That's the question I have or whatever. And so, it's like you have a visa, like them see your papers or whatnot, and she reads over the stuff because she has all of that. And she said, like, well, there's nothing stopping you from going back and forth. Like, you can easily go back and forth if you want to, but I would suggest to not do that on bad terms. Like, don't up and leave if you are on bad terms with your husband, because I don't know y'all situation. And if you do that and you then come back, but he then does, it makes the situation worse. I can't say you leaving and coming back won't affect you in a different way on the back end. Okay, on the back end or whatever. But again, you have every right to go back and forth if you choose to. She also like, if you're gonna do it, like, don't sneak and do it. Just make sure y'all cool, like, in that he knows that you leaving, but you're coming back. Okay, don't make any kind of rash decisions based on you being upset right now. Okay, don't do that. So she gets back to the house because she finds out, okay, he can't stop me from doing shit. But again, if he gets upset that I left, he can, do who knows what at God knows when to who. Okay, so she then tell Paul, like, I went out today without seeing the immigration attorney. He's like, what? How you do that? How you get there? I took an Uber, called one myself. He said, if I would have came home and you weren't here, I would have freaked out. Paul is crazy. Crazy. Okay, anyway, she explains to him, like, I just went there to find out what my rights were, and she told me that I had the right to travel back and forth with just me and the baby, which makes him look crazy upset. Paul looks like an abusive man who is controlling himself on camera. Okay, and I feel like she needs to hurry up and leave that man and get from around there. Okay, now he tells her, I don't want my son traveling without me. He didn't really say her, but he did say the baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if you try to leave with the baby, I will fight you in the Brazil courts. I'll fight you in the American courts because I have rights here and there. Okay, because I think he also has to do a citizenship over there, and I have an attorney there, so I will fight you. I'm like, Paul, you can't afford an attorney. You can't, and one will not be assigned to you. You can't afford it. But he's threatening her because he's trying to intimidate her and gaslight her. I will prosecute you. I'll call the police in Brazil. I'll call the police here. I'll get a lawyer. And I'm like, bitch. And she's like, I would never try to keep him from you. I want to see my family, but I would not try to keep y'all, apart. That ain't what I'm saying, but I want to see my family. Okay, I am home fucking sick. Okay, and you ain't got a goddamn job. Leave me be. And so this point in time, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm mad. I don't want to talk no more. Leave me alone. And now she's crying because he didn't threaten to call the police and prosecute her for this wanting to go take her baby to see her family. Okay, Paul is a whole asshole. And now that she's crying, he want to come over. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. Don't cry. She's like, no, Paul. Stop, Paul. Leave me alone, Paul. Oh, no, but I love you. I want to hug and console you. Oh, poor. I'm like, I don't feel bad for Karine, but I do feel bad for Karine. The reason I don't feel bad is because she knew Paul was batshit crazy before she got pregnant. She knew her and Paul wasn't good before that, but she still kept dealing with him, and I don't know why. They had a horrible relationship before she had that baby. People should not bring children into fucked up relationships. If you and him was not on good terms before the child, you should have left him, okay? And told him, I want a divorce. Take your ass back to America. And then once you found out you was pregnant, so that could have been your baby, yours alone. She was dumb to stay with him and still be with him. So I almost don't feel bad because she knew how bad he was. She was aware of how bad he was before the baby, okay? Before the baby. And now I'm like, and now she just stuck. Which is fucked up. Because Paul ain't shit, okay? Michael and Angela. I'm gonna make this real cut and dry because I don't like that bitch, okay? I said it, so what? They went to the florist to pick some flowers. Okay. She told him we're gonna spend some of this food money on these flowers because I want flower colors to be for my family back home who can't make it here. Man, fuck them kids. I won't say fuck her mama because her mama did, but I'm saying, okay. Anyway, Michael don't like that because like I asked my family to help pay for the wedding and they should have good food. Like we should not take food money for fucking flowers. And y'all should not, okay? But Angela is a dumb heifer. Okay. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? She up there crying tears because her people can't be there and she's oh so sad. I don't get no fuck because she's a mean asshole bitch. Okay, fuck Angela all day, always. Okay. We then see her good friend JoJo get there. Boom, there go JoJo. I don't like JoJo either. You wanna know why? Because she's friends with Angela. Okay, you are friends with a crazy person, so I don't like you right now. Okay, anyway, she's the only person in Angela's life who has now met Michael in person. Because she's the only one who has ever came over there to see that man or whatnot. Okay, and she there for the wedding because I guess the wedding's gonna go on for real. Okay, and she come out. I love Nigeria. It is amazing. I love it so far. I said, bitch, you just got off the airplane. Like she is outside the airport saying, I love it so much here. You ain't seen shit. You ain't even thought how hot it was yet. You were in the airport, and that is see, you can't trust people who lie. She lied. What you love, what you ain't even seen yet. You have not experienced anything. Okay, not anything. I digress. Okay, and I just feel like. If I don't care was a person, it'll be me, okay? We then see, because Angela's crazy jealous, okay? They have to have joint bachelor and bachelorette parties, okay? So his friends had to kind of tweak his bachelor party because Angela and JoJo ass is coming, okay? I'm like, okay. Anyway, so they get to like a little club, little bar, whatever, and she mad because she walk in and there are women dancing who are paid to dance around in there. Now they got clothes on, like a little bit of clothes, but they got clothes on. It's not a strip club per se, but again, it's a club where there are dancers shaking their ass a little short. Okay, Michael better not look at nobody but me. He better be focused on just me. I was pissed, but I'm gonna come in here because if I can't trust him when he with me, how can I trust him when he ain't with me? I'm looking like, I don't like you. And they get there, and Michael at one point is like looking. It's a girl across the way dancing. He's looking at like he looking like in the area where she at a little bit or whatever. She get pissed and I cannot believe he would do this to me. Okay, I could not. He's only had sex with me one time since I've been here, and that's some bullshit. And at our party, he gonna actually look at the girl who paid to dance. I'm like, bitch, she doing her job. Y'all at a club where she's paid to dance and he just sit. The girl ain't nowhere near she's across she back there where my TV at. Over there, about 15 feet away. Okay, I'm like, girl, poor K. For what? I'm like, why? For who? She then wants to get up and she wants to leave. So they leave him because she's upset because he's basically, I guess she think he cheated. Dumb shit, okay? And she in the car not talking, and they all drunk. They've been drinking. They at first was having a good time, but because she was talking to JoJo, and Michael was looking this way, and the dancer was that way, and she looks at Michael, and then she's like, "Oh, you looking at her? I can't believe you looking at her ass." I'm looking like he don't want to look at yours, and the nastiness of it all was at first they were dancing and partying, and at one point she stuck her finger in his mouth. I'm looking like. I don't want to see that. I just cannot. In the car, on the way back or whatever, she telling JoJo, I'm 54. You know, he can't do this to me. How can he do this to you looking at another woman? Could you imagine what he would do when I'm not there? Bitch, he might actually look. Because he barely looked. He did this. Did this. He didn't do this. It was like this. That's it. Girl, I'm not getting it. I'm done. Bitch, you done every week. Every week. She just... Oh, I can respond. Anyway, that was it. Kalani and Asuelu, girl. Man, I'm not going to sing no crazy song. I think I was going to sing... Girl, I don't know. So, Asuelu heard Kalani, her sister Kalani. That's weird. Talking about him. Okay, and we then see they say an argument happened between all of them. He left to go to his family's house pissed off, and then Kalani and Kalani went to a hotel to stay Kalani then flew home, and Kalani postponed their flights because again he wasn't there. Okay, so we then see current daytime. Kalani FaceTime her mom or whatever, telling her what happened. She's like, this whole trip was just like ruined our relationship. It's weird because we came here hoping to strengthen his bond with his mom and sisters, and it's kind of ruined us. And I can't keep living. I can't keep living like this. Okay, I think he need a therapist to talk to because I can't deal with all that. Like, we need to go to therapy or whatever because it's getting bad. Her mom, like, well, she asked her mom, like, did you and daddy have issues, before whatever? And she was like, of course. You know what I'm saying? She's like, it wasn't easy. Like, don't think, we had a magical, easy breezy marriage. Like, marriage is hard. Yes, we had times exactly like this. Yes, okay. We still have tough days, okay? She's like, but, she then said, as far as with Kalani and Asuelu, at times adults bring kids into situations that they didn't ask for. Meaning y'all had 2 kids when y'all was not in a good situation. Okay. Anyway, Kalani then brings up how her dad came to America when he was 12, where Asuelu came at 22. So my thing is the fact of how the way her family talks as if her dad came here and it just so easily, and so they don't get how Asuelu didn't or whatever. It pisses me off knowing her dad was basically raised here. He came here at 12. He's now fucking 70 or I don't know how he is. You know what I'm saying? But he had years to grow up in America as a child. He didn't come here already set in his ways as an adult. Like Asuelu tried to say at this. I think it's unfair for them to make it seem as if her daddy came here as an adult and then just kind of adapted. No, he was raised here. If you come here at 12, you were still raised here, and you're now in your 60s or whatever age he is. I don't know. But to me, that was bullshit how they talk about him adapting when her daddy had more than 2 years to adapt to being here or whatever. I digress. Anyway, so we then see her mom like, look, y'all got to figure it out. So we then see Asuelu came back. Okay, and he came back on like Valentine's Day. Came back with, flowers and balloons or whatever for Kalani, acting as if nothing happened, okay? Which makes her upset because, like, you can't act the damn fool on the 13th and then come the 14th, act as if, oh, nothing happened. We're fine. He like, I just want to move on. I don't want to discuss. I want to just move on from it or whatever. And her issue was like, we can't keep not addressing these issues because they're still happening. It's getting worse and worse and worse because we're not fixing it. But I feel like that ain't his fault. It's y'all fault. Both Kalani and Asuelu are 100% to blame for their parts in the bullshit of it all. It's not just him and it's not just her. It's both of them. Both of them, okay? Anyway, so he said, well, I was upset at how you talked about my family and how your sister got involved. I'm looking like Asuelu. Your whole fucking family, your mom, your sister got involved. Well, they didn't really get involved in the fussing between Asuelu and Kalani. They caused the fussing, but they didn't get into it all or whatnot. So it's different. Whereas her sister is inserting herself in their marital issues. So that part I can see is a little bit different. If Asuelu and Kalani are arguing, I do think her sister should stay out of it. But I know his family probably would not either. But it's dumb. I don't care. Anyway, he also brings up how I did not like how you said that you would beat up my sister. I told y'all that before. I said he got mad when she said that she would beat up. I said that last week, whatever. But again, they issues are their issues, regardless of what is going on or whatever. So, he like, look, we need to fix things or whatever, so what you want to do. So she told him, like, we need to go to therapy. That's what we need to do. He then mentioned how, well, your dad told you to not listen to men, and so now, you don't listen to me. She's like, well, I don't. I don't. And you not, used to strong women. Like, my family, we as strong women, we don't listen to any man. You can't be that way in a marriage. It can't be 2 alpha males in a marriage when it's supposed to be husband and wife. Like, Kalani needs to yield a little bit, like this much. But you can't just not want to listen to your husband. But you also should not marry a child who can't leave the house. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they then go to the airport and whatnot, and she said, I just want to go home and go to sleep. I'm tired. We see she throw the balloon the way he gave her, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm tired. I need to go home and rest because I just don't want to be married anymore. You know what I'm saying? I need to start loving myself more and my sons more and not keep only loving my husband. And I'm like, do what works. I heard that she pregnant with their another baby for them. Mm, mm, mm. Colt, Jess, and Vanessa. Okay, Jess is in town. Colt meets her at a little, a little cat cafe or whatever. Now Vanessa lives with them. Jess still don't know. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I hope me and Jess can move past our issues or whatever, so we can be together. I can then tell her that Vanessa lives there, whatever, and we can be fine. And I'm like, you sound dumb. Okay, now we see by Jess. Jess then say women have been messaging her. The women that Colt has been inboxing and dealing with or whatever has been messaging Jess and sending Jess the messages, and Colt has been messaging them and sending them dick pics or whatever. So Jess has all of this information now at what he been doing that he wanted to tell her anyway, but she already knows, and she's pissed. He keeps sending dick to everybody's tea. Okay, I would not want Colt dick in my goddamn inbox. Okay. So he tells her how, he doesn't want to argue in public because, again, at the table, she brings up all the stuff that she knows, okay? And she get a little bit upset. And he didn't know she knew this. He thought, it can be a public conversation of me, I don't know, doing whatever. And so they leave so they don't fuss in public. On the car ride, he tells her how, since Brazil, we've been fussing back and forth or whatever. I didn't know if we were a real couple or whatever. You was always fighting all the time. You be blocking me on social media so we can't talk and this and that or whatever. So I didn't know what was going on. You have been hurting me. And she said, but you've been hurting me too. You just keep lying to me and hurting me. Like, I hurt too, Colt. Hey, I hurt too. They get to the house. And he's like, look, let me go in there first. Let me talk to my mom. I'm saying, like, don't be, acting all crazy or whatever. Like, let us, like, kind of, just have a visit with her or whatever. And they get in the house. Debbie was nice. Hey, Jess. Gave her a hug. Had some grapes on the plate. You want some grapes? Sure. You know what I'm saying? They have a little drink or whatnot. And Debbie is cool at first. Colt comes sit down. And it's like a whole little good thing. And Jess was like, oh, that's what we're gonna do? You're a great actor, Colt. He's like, what? You're a great actor. You've been lying to me. 8 girls in 1 month and send them your dick. You want to see this, Debbie? You want to see this, Debbie? She pulls out her phone. I'm like, Debbie don't want to see Colt dick. And Debbie's like, I don't want to see that. Colt like, Mom, maybe go upstairs. Okay, I'm going. And she goes upstairs because, again, it's about to get crazy or whatever. And then Colt like, no, I'm so sorry. I hurt you. I'm saying I have not been a good boyfriend. I want to be honest, okay? I have to tell you, Vanessa moved in a few weeks ago, and she lives in our third bedroom. She was like, say what now? He's like, yeah, she lives here. She was like, this motherfucker here. Colt does fucked up shit, and then uses the fact that because him and Jess argue a lot, that's the reason he be talking to the girls and lying to her. Colt ain't shit, and that's what it is, okay? And then we have Andre and Liz. I don't think I care that much what they did. What did they do? The family's going like a little road trip together. The whole family, all of them, okay? I got a little picture. Okay, they're all on a little bus. You know what I'm saying? Riding around. They're going to like a little vineyard or whatever to see how they make wine or whatever. And so Andre said, I'm gonna be on my best behavior. Now, Liz's brother and sister who was sitting in the front, they look like they plotting on some shit. They look like they just waiting to call someone out and call someone a lot. They don't look innocent. Okay? Now, Charlie, the brother, Andre, I see it's a lot of pretty girls here. Like, did you date a lot of them in back in the day? Like, I dated girls as much as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Which, Chuck, was it Charlie? Charlie, his brother, is trying to fuck with Andre. And I can appreciate Andre for the first time ever is trying to not take the bait. Okay, I digress. They get there and they stump someone and it was fine. Everybody got along. A good time was had by all. Okay? But Chuck and Charlie both say, I don't care how good of a time we had today. I don't care how great our families get along. We all had a great time, but we don't care. Today don't cancel out the other day. Okay? So I'm like, the fuck? Really? Girl, I could not. Now we then realize the daddy, the brother, and the sister go meet up with Andre's friend. Okay, I don't remember Andre's friend's name or whatever. What's his man's name? Marcel. They go meet up with Marcel to basically interrogate Marcel. Okay, I'm like, bull the shit of it all. They're trying to get more information about what or why Andre quit the police force and why they moved over there to wherever they moved to. And the friend is not saying much. He do seem nervous. He do seem like he's trying to hide something. We don't know what, but he admit, we were cops back then. Some cops did dirty things, and the sister, the brother, and the daddy acting as if, the cops were dirty. We have fucking murdering cops here, so don't act like the cops over there is. Oh my god, y'all dirty cops. There are dirty cops everywhere. Cut it the out or whatever. But he like, look, they kind of wanted him to do things or whatever. They wanted to replace him. They kept pushing him to do things, so he quit. And said if he would have stayed, they could have maybe set him up to go to jail. Is what he kind of said a little bit this, but he don't go into any detail or whatever. And the whole time, Chuck and them's like, this sounds crazy. Like it's something up. Like it's a sick. He keeping a sick. I'm like, do I think it's something sinister? Yes. Do I think it's like murder? No. I think he either got fired or like the guy said, like he was doing a little bit of dirt and they wanted him to do a lot of dirt and he left to get away from it. That's what I think happened. Andre look a little bit pussy anyway. That's why he act like that, because he's not as tough as you think he is. And that was the whole episode. They just interrogated that man and made it seem as if, you didn't want to tell us stuff because he don't know y'all. He don't know. And he said, if y'all want more information about what happened, you need to ask Andre. Leave me the fuck be. Okay, and now it's the whole episode. Girl, they all got on my nerve. But I had to get 2 hours down to 28 minutes. I'm done. Peace.